Hello, this is just a little recap of the last 3 weeks since we left France and are back in our home in Yorkshire. So I've included a few little clips from this video that I attempted to make of the contents of my bag. So my basket, my makeup bag, my art bag, all the things that I had on holiday, but the sound is really off on it. So instead I've just included a few clips here of me showing you the many different tote bags that I have and all the different baskets that I carry along with me, and some of the contents in there, such as my silk scarf and my art materials. So I am planning on doing one soon. This is just me doing it outside of tent in France without the sound on, but I'm going to do it soon. I'm going to show you all the things that I tend to carry around with me day to day, and also what my kind of art kit is when I take anything away with me to do any creative work, the kind of things that I have. So that will be coming very soon. In the meantime, here's just some snippets of me explaining how much I love pens. It was really lovely actually being away and having some time to just play with artworks and do some drawing without thinking about how to build it into my professional creative life. So that was a really, really refreshing time. And also just seeing how much the boys got so into drawing and spending time with them doing it, and how inspired they were by seeing me doing it, and that when it would get them excited and I felt more excited. And it was just this really gorgeous, glorious cycle of everyone feeling really excited about drawing, basically. And then on our final night, we managed to see this absolutely beautiful sunset over the River Loire. It was on the campsite, and so some of the tents had a view onto the river, but ours didn't. But there was a little space where we could go and have a look. So we just stood here for about half an hour and watched the sky and the river. And then the next day, we drove back to Calais, got the boat over, and then from Dover drove home. We left the kids with their grandparents, and as soon as we got home, John and I instantly felt so claustrophobic from having spent such beautiful time outdoors that on the Sunday we just went straight out for a walk and found this amazing, beautiful nature reserve that neither of us had ever seen before, and it's up towards Crag Vale. If you know this area at all, I would highly recommend visiting it if you ever do visit. And it was a really beautiful combination of walking up over to the tops and seeing the skies and seeing a view from above, and then going back down again into what felt like, and I'm sure if we went back now, would be an absolute haven for mushrooms. So because it was very woodlandy and mossy and very quiet, and we didn't see a single soul. It was just the two of us for the whole walk, which felt really special. And we managed to have lots of talks about mushrooms, but also about the time that we'd had in France and how much it had meant really to be there with the kids, and the fact that they barely had any screens while we were away. And of course you come back feeling so inspired from being away and life being different, but it really did feel quite profound, I think, this time. So this is the name, Broadhead Clough. Really beautiful area, and I'd really like to go back very soon and just see it through the seasons. I'm constantly surprised by just how beautiful it is around here, and how we keep on discovering new spots, and how lucky we are each day just to have, you know, part of our life is going out into the fields and finding treasures such as brambles and acorns and grass. So yeah, and it's been lovely being back in our kitchen, and Elwyn's straight back to helping lay the table. One of our intentions for this autumn is to get the kids cooking more and just kind of learning how to put different foods together, which Elwyn finds very, very natural, and he loves putting a board together and making the table very beautiful. Griffin struggles a little bit more, but he's really up for it, and he's really got into Japanese food lately. So we're really trying to encourage him to try different types of miso, different types of noodles, and making his own sushi rolls. So I'm excited to do that and get back into batch cooking on Sundays so that we've got food prepared for the week, and then we can kind of intersperse that with special treats and like cheeses and fruits and nuts and honeys and olives, what have you. So I always love, that's one of the best things about the changing of the seasons, really, along with changing clothes. So I found that I had a duplicate of this white dress and this white t-shirt. I really love the neckline of it, but I thought the problem with white is, you know, I own so many white clothes and I always stain them. So I just thought I might as well just bite the bullet and dye these a different colour. And especially as the t-shirt is kind of stained. So I bought some ochre coloured dye from iDye, and they came out so beautifully, quite autumnal in a way. And so even though they're both summer pieces, I thought they'd be really good for layering throughout the autumn with tights and jumpers and cardigans, and I've already worn the t-shirt loads, so I'm really, really happy. They're slightly patchy in places, but that doesn't really bother me. And then another thing we've been doing is making fermented garlic in honey. So it's so easy. Basically fill the jar maybe 2/3 full with garlic, then pour in the honey, and then here I just added a few more cloves of garlic because it needed adding. We've used manuka honey. We've used a mix actually of some manuka honey and then some leftover, and we just put it all in and put the screw the cap on. Allow a bit of space. Don't screw it on too tight because you need a bit of air to be able to come out, but then do screw it on tightly to turn it upside down, because you just want to make sure that the garlic's all covered, and leave it for about a month and you can eat it whenever you fancy it, and it's really, really good for immunity. So yeah, it's super simple, and that's what I'm kind of looking forward to this autumn, is fermenting and cooking. And I have to say, I am quite looking forward to the kids being back at school, however beautiful and gorgeous it has been with them being at home. And like, I've really, really enjoyed this summer with them. I think one of the most fun summers I've ever had with them. I'm also feeling ready to get back into writing. I've got a deadline for March next year, and I need to do some serious writing. I've got paintings that I really want to crack on with, and I have a few plans. I'm trying to simplify and focus, but I'm feeling really excited about what lies ahead, and just the switch of the seasons and that kind of back to school feeling. So thank you for being here, and I'm going to become more regular at sharing videos again. I'm going to get back to weekly videos at least. John's going to start helping me with them as well, so that's another thing I'm really, really looking forward to. Thank you for being here, and see you soon.